From the US to North Korea, how every nation went nuclear.
The first test of the atomic bomb in the New Mexico desert.
Vladimir Putin has warned of a global catastrophe if military tensions with North.
India conducted 3 underground nuclear tests.
The father of Pakistan's nuclear program, Abdul Qadir Khan.
Imagine a world where a single button could wipe out entire cities in minutes, where the fate of nations rests in the hands of a few powerful leaders. This is the reality of nuclear weapons, a force that has shaped global politics for over 80 years, from the secretive Manhattan Project to the recent nuclear tests by North Korea. Nuclear weapons have had a tremendous impact on global security dynamics since their beginnings, changing the character of international relations, military strategy, and global power structures. The history of nuclear proliferation is marked by a complex interaction of technical achievements, geopolitical rivalry, and strategic calculations, dating back to the early days of the Manhattan Project in the United States, and continuing to the present in North Korea. Nuclear weapons are not only a symbol of technological supremacy, but also an important part of national security policy. As of 2025, 9 countries are classified as nuclear-armed states, with each having had a distinct path to acquiring these fearsome weapons, reflecting their various historical, political, and security conditions. The United States was a pioneer in the nuclear age, launching a secretive and ambitious initiative during World War II that resulted in the development of the world's first atomic bombs. The Manhattan Project, a collaboration between the United States, the United Kingdom, and Canada, brought together renowned scientists to accomplish what many had previously thought unachievable. On July 16, 1945, the first successful nuclear detonation, codenamed Trinity, took place in New Mexico, marking a watershed point in military and scientific history. A few weeks later, the United States unleashed atomic bombs on the Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, causing immense carnage and marking the only time nuclear weapons were used in conflict. In the post-war era, the United States soon understood the strategic significance of its nuclear monopoly and made significant investments in growing its arsenal. The ensuing Cold War with the Soviet Union fueled the nuclear weapons race, with both superpowers striving for strategic superiority. As of January 2025, the United States has roughly 3,700 nuclear warheads, with around 1,477 retired warheads awaiting dismantling, demonstrating its commitment to nuclear deterrence and arms control agreements. Russia, inheriting the Soviet Union's nuclear legacy, emerged as the United States' primary adversary throughout the Cold War. The Soviet Union created its first nuclear weapon in 1949, just 4 years after the United States' maiden test, motivated by the need to offset American nuclear superiority. This rapid development reflected the era's strategic imperatives, which associated nuclear capability with global power status and geopolitical leverage. At the height of the Cold War, the Soviet nuclear arsenal reached new heights, culminating in 1986. Since then, weapons reduction treaties and post-Cold War reorganization have greatly reduced the quantity of warheads. The United Kingdom became the third country to test a nuclear weapon, with its first detonation, Hurricane, in 1952. While originally profiting from collaboration with the United States on the Manhattan Project, the United Kingdom needed an independent nuclear deterrent in order to maintain its worldwide status and influence. In the following years, the United Kingdom expanded its nuclear capabilities, including the development of thermonuclear weapons, with the first hydrogen bomb detonated in 1957. Today, the United Kingdom has roughly 225 nuclear weapons, indicating a smaller but technologically sophisticated nuclear arsenal tailored for strategic deterrence and global security responsibilities. France followed a similar route of autonomous nuclear research, carrying out its first nuclear test, Gerboise Bleu, in 1960. Motivated by a desire for strategic autonomy, particularly in light of Cold War bipolarity, France cemented its status as a significant nuclear power by producing thermonuclear weapons, including the first hydrogen bomb, which was detonated in 1968. As of 2025, France is anticipated to have 290 nuclear weapons. China became the 5th country to join the nuclear club when it successfully tested its first nuclear weapon, 596, in 1964. The Chinese choice to pursue nuclear weapons was largely motivated by a desire to demonstrate national sovereignty and security in the harsh geopolitical context of the Cold War, notably in response to perceived threats from the United States and the Soviet Union. As of January 2025, China had roughly 600 nuclear warheads, demonstrating its rising strategic capabilities and impact in regional and global security dynamics. India became the first non-NPT state to conduct a nuclear test. In 1974, India exploded a device known as the Smiling Buddha, driven mostly by regional security concerns, particularly in response to China's nuclear capabilities. India's nuclear weapons policy has been defined by the idea of strategic autonomy, with the country opting not to formally join the NPT, but maintaining a credible minimum deterrent strategy. As of 2025, India is expected to have approximately 180 nuclear weapons, highlighting its role as a regional power with strong nuclear capabilities. Pakistan took a path influenced primarily by regional rivalry with India. In response to India's nuclear tests in 1998, Pakistan carried out its own nuclear tests, establishing itself as a nuclear-armed state and strengthening South Asia's strategic balance. Pakistan's nuclear policy remains influenced by security worries over India, with an estimated 170 warheads in its stockpile as of 2025. Israel's nuclear program is characterized by strategic uncertainty. While the country has never publicly confirmed or denied possessing nuclear weapons, it is commonly assumed to have a sophisticated nuclear arsenal to deter regional threats. As of 2025, Israel is estimated to have roughly 90 nuclear warheads. North Korea is the most recent addition to the list of nuclear-armed states. The government carried out its first nuclear test in 2006, motivated primarily by the regime's quest for survival, sovereignty, and international negotiating position. Despite worldwide sanctions and diplomatic efforts to curtail its nuclear goals, North Korea has continued to expand its nuclear arsenal, which is expected to have roughly 50 bombs by 2025. The isolated state's nuclear program epitomizes the issues of proliferation in today's international system, in which nuclear capabilities are inextricably linked to domestic political imperatives and global geopolitical calculations. Several more examples provide valuable background for understanding nuclear proliferation. South Africa, for example, produced nuclear weapons in the 1980s, but removed them in the early 1990s, making it the only government to do so voluntarily. The motivations for nuclear armament are varied. Nations seek nuclear weapons largely for security reasons, in order to deter rivals and safeguard national sovereignty. Regional rivalries, such as those between India and Pakistan or North Korea and its neighbors, promote the acquisition of nuclear weapons, demonstrating the interplay of local and global strategic factors. The history of nuclear proliferation demonstrates the intricate interplay of technological innovation, geopolitical strategy, and national security concerns. Arsenal modernization and growth show the continued issues of nuclear control. The following decades will be critical in determining whether the international community can balance national security interests with the urgency of nuclear disarmament, resulting in greater stability, or if a fresh arms race would define the future of global security. Enjoyed this deep dive into the world of nuclear weapons? Hit that subscribe button and join us for more fascinating insights into history, science, and global events.